Senator Portman's speech, I don't know how you cannot be impressed with his incredible record of accomplishment. It's a record of accomplishment that will stand the test of time. And it's not surprising because all you have to do is look at all the things he accomplished before coming to the United States Senate. So it's certainly no surprise that he has done incredible work over the last 12 years. He was 14 years, I think, in the House and had a tremendous record of success there. He was U.S. Trade Ambassador for President Bush, and that has the same status as full ambassador. So for all this time here in the Senate, he didn't want me to call him Senator Portman. He always wanted me to call him Ambassador Portman. And instead, I call him El Gran Toro, but that's another story which I'll get to. And he was OMB director for President Bush. So when you look at the incredible experience and track record of accomplishment that he brought here, it is no surprise that in his speech he talked about a lot of incredible accomplishments, but there's a lot more that you didn't talk about. You could have talked for a long, long time because you truly did accomplish so many things that are important, not just for the Buckeye State, but for our country. And I'm just pleased to have had the opportunity to work with you. You mentioned some of the things we worked on. And it's interesting because as you were talking about the things that you'd worked on and the members that you'd worked with, I just took a quick count. There were more than 20 senators sitting here, and you mentioned every single one of them, and many, many more. I kind of got the feeling that you probably, if all 100 senators were here, you probably could have mentioned every single one of them and something that you accomplished with them. Think about what that says, Republican and Democrat. I think you could have had every single senator on the floor, and he could have gone around and talked about, hey, you remember we worked on this, and we worked on that. And not just worked on it, but passed it into legislation. And in every case, something that had a meaningful impact for our country and for our respective states. Senator Portman and I came here together, we've been close right from the start, probably a little bit of our shared heritage from college. We've worked together, we've traveled together, around the world, India, South Korea, obviously Mexico, Central America, and invariably learned an incredible amount on those trips. But whether it was on those trips or almost any other time, I always learned from Rob. I mean, the guy is, incredible experience and lifetime of learning, but such a keen intellect. Such a keen intellect, and somebody who imparts that knowledge to you in the best way possible, never coming across with any kind of ego or I know something and maybe you don't, or anything like that, but in just a friendly, helpful, great way. And the other thing, his ability to work with people, I've observed and tried to learn from it as well. It doesn't matter where you're going or what you're doing, he takes the time to talk to people and really talk to them. Not just talk at them, but actually connect with them. Get a smile on their face. That's one of the reasons that I said, hey, Rob, why don't you teach me some Spanish? Because we would go to a restaurant and he would start speaking Spanish with somebody, and you could just see them. Their face would light up, they'd smile, he'd make them happy and make them feel welcome and warm, and always genuine, always genuine. Not doing it like a politician would do it, but the way a person would do it to another person, somebody who actually cares about people. And that's maybe where I kind of want to go as I wrap up here, is that, all the work he talked about, all these accomplishments, these things are important. They're important for Ohio. They're important for our country and beyond. But his motivation in doing it was always because he does care about people. He recognized that the things he's doing, and you have to compromise here. You don't get things all your own way or the way you think would be absolutely the best outcome. You have to work with people. You have to compromise to get a result. But he always was guided by the fact that he knew what he was doing did make things a little bit better for other people. And that's the right motivation. That's the right reason to be here and do this work. And so we will truly, truly miss Rob and Jane and their wonderful family, and I've gotten to know them all. We're going to miss you a lot. But I do know this. We're going to continue to see you. We're going to continue to work on things with you. And I'm not sure what he's going to do next, but it's just like I started out talking about his incredible record of accomplishment before he got here, his incredible record of accomplishment here, both in what he's done and the relationships and the friendships he's built, leaves no doubt whatsoever that he's going to continue to do some wonderful and amazing things. And I look forward to seeing what those things are. Rob, we're going to miss you. And thanks for all you've done. Thanks for being such a good friend. I yield the floor.